right, the first meeting we're gonna have is for the hearing on lease and additional appropriation. A quorum's not required for this meeting because it's a public hearing, but I will call it to order. So I'll now open up the floor for public hearing on a lease and additional appropriation of bond proceeds. Does anyone hear about the bond? Nope. Okay. Seeing no public comments or anyone wishing to give public comment, I will close the public comment and I will ask for a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a
Second.
second? I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Okay. Let's move on to the other one here. Okay, I determine that we have a quorum. We'll call the regular meeting to order. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Beth, you don't mind standing and leading us in it? Go from there. You're good.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, item number 3, we'll start with Student of the Month. Dr. Mundy, how do you want to start today?
Let's go first tonight, Mr. Davis.
Do that. All right, Stefan, come on up here. You can stand wherever. It doesn't matter. I do have to play read or something. Okay. All right. With me tonight is Bethany Adams, also goes by Beth. She is a sophomore in the class of 2027. Her parents are Chris and Jennifer Adams. Siblings Courtney Hopper and her other sisters Rachel, Maggie, and Val. School activities include varsity volleyball, student council. She's a sophomore secretary, Spanish club, and FCA. Her favorite color is pink. Her favorite food is spaghetti cookies. 2 separate things, not one and the same. Candy snack is Trolley gummy worms. Her favorite movie is Little Women from 2018, the 2019 version of that. Favorite TV show, Downton Abbey. I've seen that. My wife and daughter made me watch that. Pretty good. Okay. Book, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Her favorite musician is, surprise, surprise, Taylor Swift. Favorite class and teacher is her English class that she had with Miss Wilson. Some of her hobbies. She enjoys reading, playing volleyball, spending time with family and friends, and enjoys nature. Something that can always make her smile is cats. I assume the animal, not the musical. Okay. The farthest she's traveled from Sheridan would either be Colorado or Alabama. Favorite vacation was going to the Outer Banks this past summer with her family. Some of her best friends are Aubrey, her sister Maggie, and then you've got Maddie and Riley and Destiny, and you've got Sophie, and you've got Justice, and you've got Coleman, so lots of friends. What's one thing that many people do not know about Beth is that her favorite childhood movie was The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. One of her gifts or talents is that she always maintains a positive attitude or outlook. She does not have a job. Are you looking for a job? Okay, take your time. You got the rest of your life. Plans for after high school, career goals. She wants to go to Purdue, go Boilers, study psychology, eventually getting her doctorate in psychology and having her own pediatric psychiatric practice. Memorable moments from her school career are the holiday parties that they had in elementary school. And if money was no object or anything limiting that, she would change her school life or society. She would want for everyone to have a roof over their head and to be safe and fed. Ladies and gentlemen, super proud to share with everybody Bethany Adams.
She had any family with her?
Her dad's with her.
Dad's with her? Good deal. Give you this. Dad, you can come too if you want. Do a picture of this. So, congratulations. Good. So you get one of these. It's pretty cool. And then we can take a picture of you guys if you like.
You can hang it on your fridge.
Yeah. So, you probably not one of those comments.
I don't want to get this after Monday's.
Yeah, I get in the background of a lot of these.
Lean back, Jake. All right. Got it. Yep.
All right. Mr. Davis, would you like to go next, sir? It's a great student of the month.
Good evening. My name is Kent Davis, middle school principal. It's my honor to introduce October Student of the Month, Mia Seats. Mia is 12 years old, is in 7th grade. The parents are Kayla and Brandon. Her brother is Riker. Our school activities include band, pep band, and jazz band. Also, we had a great performance by the band today for Veterans Day. Favorite colors are black and purple. Favorite food is watermelon. Our favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids. I think that was a Halloween favorite this year for sure. Kit Kats. Our favorite book is Wings of Fire and the War That Saved My Life. Our favorite music is Slipknot and who was BTS?
BTS, it's a Korean band.
Okay, one I have never heard of. That's a new one. Favorite class is band, history, or social studies, and science. Some of her hobbies include history and drawing. What can always make her smile is her friends. The farthest she's traveled and shared is to Colorado. Her favorite vacation was in Nashville, Tennessee. So, great place. And then some of her friends are Kaysen and Jesse. Her gifts and talents are drawing, history, and percussion. She would love to attend IU or Ball State someday for marching band, animation, or game creation. So obviously her goals are making games and animations, or also doing marching band in college. So obviously being active. If money was not a consideration, one thing she would change about our school would have an orchestra. So it's my honor to introduce October Student Month, Mia Seeks.
Got something here for you as well. Congratulations. So, here we go. Take a picture.
You actually did smile, right?
I say, you work here, you can come up here too and take pictures, yes. Now, Bill can, but you can. Oh, yes, you can.
Congratulations. Great job. Is elementary here?
No, elementary's not here tonight.
Got it. Okay, so we'll move on to,
We only had, we have one revision, and we can do showcase, and I'll have Val speak at that point.
tell you what, why don't we do, okay, yeah, we'll do that. So item 4, agenda revisions, we do have an agenda
We
revision.
do, we
like
just
said.
need to add 3 obsolete items on it tonight, so
Got
that'll
it,
be
okay.
the 9.7.
So that'll be added on there. All right, move to item 5 then, the showcase.
Sure.
Thank
So I'm gonna have Mrs. Roberts come up. She doesn't know I was gonna ask her to do that, but she did have to speak for Student of the Month, and I know that she greatly appreciates all the work her PTO does. So you want to introduce them and all they've done, and then turn it over to them.
Good evening, everybody. I am thrilled and honored to introduce Katie Gould and Lauren Lewis. If you have not heard about these Fab 2, I could talk all night about them. They are our outstanding president and vice president, treasurer, secretary, all things. I think you guys are all of them rolled into one.
Yeah, we've been all the things.
But they have been leading our PTO and doing outstanding things. I
Yes.
know you guys have heard over the years all the great things that our PTO does, but this year was a banner year for our Black Hawk Walk. They always set a great goal, and they always go above and beyond, and how they do it is still a mystery, magical mystery to me, but I'm going to bring them up and let them tell you all about it. Go ahead, girl. Hi, everybody.
You talk to a lot more people than this all the time.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, so Sharon PTO, our mission is, it sounds crazy, but we want to collaborate with parents and staff to be able to enrich the kids, give them great memories of the school, help support the teachers in the classroom, enrich their education, and help supplement with some things that they might be missing in the classrooms, and overall just help the kids have a positive elementary school experience, build those good memories and relationships. We do this by a variety of events and programs that enrich our educational experiences and strengthen the bond between school and home. We have fundraisers like our Black Hawk Walk and family-friendly events, such as our Donuts with Grown-Ups, the Monster Mash, which was new this year, and our Spring Carnival. We support our teachers and classrooms by funding essential supplies and resources, ensuring our children have the tools they need to succeed. We've had a huge uptick in volunteers this year. It's been amazing. We've probably more than doubled what we've had in the past. And by double, that we average we used to average 3 or 4 people a meeting. So, but we've really had it's really allowed us to be as successful as we've been this year because we monthly meetings-ish, about the third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 in the library. Anybody's welcome, community members, parents, teachers, blah, blah, blah. If you're not sure about a date, I built a website this year, so all the information for you guys is available. It's all laid out fairly nicely. There's some things that still need updated, but I gotta get through busy season. And we do a lot of chat through the GroupMe app too. So beyond meetings, we try to stay in touch and stay in communication. Hey, who wants to do this, blah, blah, blah. And when we come into meetings, we take your phone number. And that way we're not blowing up your phone. And if you want to check it, you can. Our board members, I'm the president. Katie's the vice president. Melina Whitbrod is our treasurer. Kiki Betzner is our secretary. Courtney McIntyre is our fundraising chair. And we started a hospitality chair this year. Because we've actually had great people come in. And Erin Macy's our hospitality chair.
All right, I'm gonna go over like some of the fundraisers that we do. Like Val said, we had a tremendous success this year with the Black Hawk Walk. And to talk about that a little bit, what happens is the kids get an envelope, they take it home every day. They can bring in money every single day. They can bring in a penny, and we will put them in a drawing to get some fabulous toy that we shopped for at the, Five Below or whatever. And throughout the week, we raise money each day. The winning class gets a ice cream party. The second and third get a popcorn party. So the kids really, the teachers get into it. And on the final day, we kind of celebrate by rotating through different stations and having a little, they do their walk is what we call it. And yeah, this year we had the Black Hawk, which was phenomenal. Thanks for letting us do that because the kids absolutely, and having the high schoolers come in.
Oh, it was clutch.
Oh, it was so nice. It was less work for us. The
It's hard to
kids
get
love them
parent
a lot more
volunteers
than they
during the
love
day.
us. And all of them wanted to get out of school anyway, so it worked out great. But we did raise over $21,000 this year, which the things that we can do with that money, we're really looking forward to. A couple other ways that we raise money, we do Kroger Rewards. We have a number. Well, yeah, I can bore you with that. But you can set it up. You just do your grocery shopping. That money automatically gets donated to us. We do about $500 a quarter with that. So that's super successful.
So if you have a Kroger Rewards Plus card or app, you put in that number, and
Yeah.
then a portion of it doesn't cost you anything. And a portion of everything you do when you go to Kroger and shop comes back to the school. It's really cool.
Something we just started this year was Dining to Donate, something that Courtney's worked really hard on. Super simple, same thing. We have a night at Chick-fil-A or a couple days at Chick-fil-A. We pass out a code, you go to Chick-fil-A, we get some money from that. Silent auction during the spring carnival. We have things from, Beth will set us up with things from the athletic department, like helmets signed by Bud and, a family pass, and that stuff always sells really well. And that money essentially pays for the carnival so that the kids can have a free carnival. All the elementary kids get to attend at the end of the year this free carnival. We have inflatables, all kinds of games, food, so it's really a great kind of end-of-year celebration. And they earn that with their Black Hawk Walk. All right, I think that's
For our events, Black Hawk Walk, Katie already covered that. Monster Mash was new this year. We really try to keep our events as free as possible. We have a large variety of incomes in our community, as you guys all will know. And so our goal is to really make it inclusive to everybody, no matter what. So the Monster Mash was great. My father-in-law actually volunteered his time and came and DJ'd. The kids had a blast. The parents, I think, had fun.
Yeah, everybody was
It
having-
was a win. All the PTO members were like, we need to do more dances because it was a win. The December 9th through the 13th, if you'd like to show up and help kids shop at Blitzen's Barn, that's our treasurer Melina's favorite. And again, once again, it's free for the kids. They don't have to buy presents for their family. They come in, each child gets to choose 3 items. We wrap it for them and they take it home, and it's really fun to hear who they're buying for and why. And PTO buys all the toys, everything for the kids. We set it all up, we decorate it like a Winter Wonderland. It's really a special moment for the kids.
It is. It's super exciting because they get to come in and pick 3 of anything. They don't bring any money. They don't have to earn it. Like, they just come in and get 3 presents. And grandma's neighbor's cat. He really love, you know, you're like, okay, like, okay. But, it's really fun and the kids really enjoy it and it's really fulfilling for us to
If you want warm fuzzies, come and volunteer.
It definitely gives you a
because it's-
holiday spirit.
Yeah. Read Across America is super easy. We just buy, donuts, cookies, and water.
Yep.
For our lovely volunteers who come in and read for our students. It's Read Across America Day. We usually collaborate with like the Kindness Club, the Student Council. So we hang out with those 4th and 5th graders, which are also really fun to hang out with and listen to. And yeah, we just basically help you guys as you come into the school. Yeah, we don't do a whole lot for
Yeah.
that, but Teacher Appreciation Week. We know that all of our teachers and bus drivers and staff deserve to be celebrated, and we really want to take the time and show them how much we appreciate them. This is something we've been able to really grow in the last few years as well. We do Chick-fil-A for lunch one day, we do a coffee truck a different day, and we do a taco truck another day. One of the things that we've done is allow the parents to Venmo for the teachers, so you don't have to go, oh my gosh, I have to go shopping, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Shoot us $15 and you've got your teacher covered for lunch, and we'll write the thank you note and everything for you. And we really try to make sure that the bus drivers, the staff, and the teachers all get appreciated for that. And we spread it out through the week, and then we work with, I think Val does a day, and Student Council does a day. So every single day of the week, the teachers come in feeling loved and appreciated because they deserve it. This year, our carnival is the last day of Preacher Appreciation Day, so we get to go. Thanks for all you do, by the way. But we tried to do it in the beginning of May this year because we found that parents were really taxed by all the
End of
sports
year.
in the end of the year and the field trips and the blah blah blah, and so we're trying to do it at the beginning of May where the weather's still nice, but we're not exhausted and burnt out and ready for school to be over. Again, it's free to all the students. The kids get their face painted. They get to bounce in the bounce houses. We have tons of games. It's very collaborative. This is probably our biggest need for volunteers because everybody wants to be there with their kid, but you can't run them without volunteers. So this is a great spot for community members to step up. And once again, our teenagers from the high school have really been a big help in the last couple years. The carnival is my personal favorite. Other things that PTO supports, we help offset costs for 5th grade camp for the 5th graders. We make it so that kids who normally can't afford it can do it, and we make it just a little bit cheaper for parents who are paying for 5th grade camp. We also help support and fund game night with the counselors, and we give Rising Stars any funds that they need to make that production successful as well.
Lastly, some of the other things that sorry, we're just gonna
I'm
take over your
extra.
whole night. I
I
don't
can't
get-
believe we did a whole thing. Sorry, guys.
They were great. When every time we ask somebody to speak to, and they're always like, well, how much? What night? How long? I walked by, I saw Kate, I was like, hey, would you guys like to speak at the board meeting? Katie went, okay, and just kept walking. I was like, you want me to tell you when or anything? So, yeah.
All I needed. Some of the things that the funds also support, just to touch on those real quick. We always do classroom cash for the teachers at the beginning of the year. We cut them a check so they have that to start setting up their teachers, which is, they really enjoy that. Also help fund this year the PBIS fund, the behavioral support, like stocking the V-Bucks store, buying sweatshirts or whatever is needed for that. Classroom needs, the teachers, they have a QR code in the workroom. They can just literally scan that QR code, send it to us, hey, we need this, and we'll talk about it, discuss it. If it's something we feel appropriate, done.
There's not really anything we've ever seen.
Yeah, but don't tell them that though. Books for the classroom. We got a rock wall for the elementary school this year, the gym. Recess balls, stocking the workroom with classroom supplies. If anyone's ever out of pencils or scissors or anything, we always have a supply of that. Coffee, super important. Broken instruments, we replaced some percussion instruments this year. Headphones, t-shirts for the choir. Just a couple examples of what that money goes to. So
The events are important for us, but for us, I want the kids to have good memories of the school, and we want to invite the parents to collaborate with the school.
Beth said her favorite memory was holiday
Yeah,
party.
when you said that, we're
At
like,
the elementary school. So.
but we also want to help make the teacher's job as easy as possible,
Yeah.
because we know they don't have a good, easy job, and helping support
What time is donuts? I know because that's on my
Oh, I
list.
missed that one on the event.
6:45 to 7:45.
This Thursday. Okay.
We always have extra donuts, so if you like pop in at the end.
Take some with you to go.
And this is great too, because the people that aren't here are watching, so they can hear exactly what you guys said, and it's awesome that
Oh,
everyone
great.
can
I left
Yeah.
that part out.
Yeah, you recorded.
Love that.
They're awesome.
You'll be all right.
Tell me that.
Well, you said yes so fast down the hallway. I didn't.
Oh, no.
Thank you for coming up. Does anybody from the board have any questions?
Just say it's amazing.
They
That was
are.
an amazing report.
We're a little detailed.
We do a lot, so we're excited to share.
Yeah, they're fantastic, as you guys know.
Wow.
It's really been great the last few years.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So with that, with the student of the month and the showcase, we're actually going to stand in recess for 2 minutes. Don't feel obligated to stay for the rest of the meeting. If you don't want to, you're more than welcome to. But for right now, we're going to stand in recess.
I was just saw Kate. Kate, let's get work. Okay. Do you want me to tell you where?
They do
Sound
well.
like the pot at the end of the rainbow. They just keep funding all
I
this
hope
stuff.
they do. Yeah, for about 30,000. Yeah.
There weren't very many this year.
Just next part, quick. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. What time does it start? Like now? 7? Oh, let's go.
I know. Basketball game tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get our 2 minutes?
I'm sure you smell it too.
Alrighty, we're gonna go back into session. Call this meeting back to order. Alright, we're gonna move on with item number 6, public comment. I'm gonna open the floor to public comment. Anyone who has any public comment on any items on the agenda are more than welcome to come up and speak. Seeing none, there's no public comment. We have closed public comment for the night on item 6. Item 7, consent agenda. We have the minutes and the docket for personnel and donations. I hope the board's had a chance to review those items on the consent agenda. Correct? Okay. On that, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Is there any discussion or comments on the
Yes,
consent
it,
agenda?
just want to make sure we recognize those that made donations for the
Yes.
week, because there was another over $3,000 donated again this month. We had the rec board that donated $1,000. James and Alice Booth, Dave and Barbara Keeling, EMC Precision, Weight Grain, Weight Trucking, and the Hamilton County Farm Bureau all donated money this month. And we can't tell you how much we appreciate that, because that helps our programs tremendously.
All right. No other comments? No other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Item 8, old business. I see no old business. Is there any old business, Dr. Money, that
No,
we
sir.
know about? All right, I didn't think so. All right, good deal. So, now we'll move on to new business. First item up is 9.1, the Indiana ESC Food Co-op Member Annual Contract. It is as it reads, the annual contract. So, with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the annual contract.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Is there any discussion?
The due date's the 15th, I assume.
Yeah, Nancy's all over it. She knows what's going. Yes, she was down checking on everything, and as you guys know, this is my opportunity. Nancy's wonderful, so she's all over this today. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So no issues with it then? We're good.
No, sir. We'll be okay.
All right. Seeing no others, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 9.2, Exhibit A, resolution authorizing execution of lease and sale of real estate. Do you want to explain any of that, or?
This is basically the continued process of bondings that we go through, and this is all comes from our needs assessment. There will be a lot of conversation on this over the next several months. The request tonight, sir, I don't know if you wish to, it'd be the board's choice. You can put the resolutions together, I believe, in one vote if you want to tonight, sir, or we can go through each one. But this is the required paperwork to keep our process moving forward.
Alex, any issue putting them together?
No. But I publicly will thank Ice Miller for all the work they do
Oh,
to
thank you.
put these
Yes.
together to keep everything on pace.
Just for state reference, our corporation members again? Who are our board members? on the
Sure.
corporation?
Just
Yeah,
bear
the
with me
building
there.
corporations are Mark Durr, Alan Quick, and Marty Samuels.
Okay, got it.
In recognition of Marty, Marty will be going off the board, and we'll be adding a new member here very
Yeah.
soon.
January?
So, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Marty's looking for his travels of the country here very soon.
So we'll find another retired board member. No.
Yeah. Actually have one in
Probably.
mind.
In all seriousness, 10 seconds. I mean, I call them up out of the blue every couple of years, and they come here half the time during harvest or planting, it seems like.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful for the time that they give to help things move along. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're greatly appreciated. And Ice Miller and all Jane's work and everything else. So, yes, sir, we can. So this is all the paperwork to keep us moving on keeping the buildings running and keeping them going, and then we'll have a lot of conversations on what's next.
Are there any objections to lumping the motions together or exhibits together?
So is it 9.2 through 9.6?
Yeah,
or
so
9.7?
we'll,
9-6.
Yeah.
so we'll move to approve Exhibit A, resolution authorizing execution of lease and sale. Exhibit B, additional appropriation resolution. Exhibit C, resolution for approving builder corporation. Exhibit D, resolution assigning contract bids and contracts once received. And Exhibit E, resolution approving third supplement to master continuing disclosure undertaking. So that is read, and that's the motion that we're requesting to approve. Do I have a motion to approve those resolutions and exhibits?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Is there any other discussion or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. That'll move us down to item 9.7, which you saw was the agenda revision today.
Yes, sir.
It's the obsolete weight room equipment. What weight room equipment are we
So
talking about?
it was actually in an old room that's back in the high school that, until Mr. Davison, I saw it the other day, forgot the stuff was even back there. It is an old weight set that is way beyond use. A stair climber and a treadmill that, if you saw them, you would know they were well beyond being obsolete at this point. So we will, if anybody wants them, we'll give them away, but we can't get any of them or even use the parts anymore.
Okay, so I will entertain a motion to declare the equipment obsolete.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. That item's now obsolete.
It is.
All
We'll
right.
be happy to clear that stuff out. Thank you.
Item 10, Dr. Mundy, your report, please.
Sure, I got a couple different things. Val, may I ask, I forgot the date. The elementary does a very cool elementary, Thanksgiving lunch coming up. What's the date here, Thanksgiving lunch?
Thursday the 20th, but let me check my calendar.
Okay, I'll have you. And it's a very cool thing that Val started last year, where basically, if you come in, the teachers do a great job of setting up their tablecloths and all this, and they really help the kiddos and kind of serve the kiddos and hang out with kids if you're available that day. And if it's not the 20th, holler, Val.
I will show you up.
Okay. And if you're interested at all with that, obviously just reach out to Mrs. Roberts, and she'll help you with a little bit more of the details. I also want to pass along, we've had kind of a rough week this week. We did have 2 members of our Blackhawk family lose family members to their privacy. I won't, say them out loud, but we've had a couple passings this week that have been difficult to some of our people. So please know our thoughts and prayers are going out to them and their families as they deal with some things this week. Performing Arts Department put on a fantastic Veterans Day program today. As always, they nailed it. They were great. I also want to thank the boys sectional, the boys football team won sectionals. They'll play Friday night at South Putnam, right? Or South Putnam for the regional championship. And we did have a big deal this last Saturday too. Our girls wrestling program, which if you guys remember, we started out of nowhere 3 years ago. Actually, we started in like 2 days. Became an IHSA sport, and we had our first official IHSA match for our girls team. It was one of the bigger tournaments they have. We scored 99 points. We had our first tournament winner. We had 2 get second, 2 finish third. That's a big deal in the history of the school, and that's pretty cool, and I'm proud of that team. There's a lot of really cool individuals on that wrestling team, and it was good for them. And the final thing I have really for the day, and I'm sure I'm missing something, so if I am, I apologize, but congratulations to you, sir, and also congratulations on the town. Obviously, we had our elections last week, and locally it's put us in a good spot as a board, and it's also put us in a good spot as a town, and we got a lot of work to do, and I know they're looking forward to collaborating with us too, but congratulations to all of those too. That's all I have this evening, sir. 20th, thank you.
20th, okay.
And I'll thank Alex for being here, because we don't get to see him as much anymore, too.
Would you like comments as well, Alex?
I do not.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's see here. Board member comments. Which way did we start last month? I can't remember. Was it you, John?
Wasn't me.
Wasn't you? Oh, it wasn't you.
it was me.
Right. Mr. Hunt, would you like to go first this time?
Well, I have 2 months worth of good stuff here, so. No, in all sincerity, yeah, it's exciting transition from fall, into the kind of the winter season here. So I think we had 3 varsity teams make it to sectional finals. Football won, and we had 2 sectional runners up. So that's very exciting. Want to make sure, give a shout out to this high school student council along with the PTO. Really did 2 really fun activities for all the kids there at the end of October with the track or treat the high school kids put on. I think that's definitely became one of my favorite school activities. I don't know if the little kids or the big kids enjoy it more, but it's always a good time. And then also the Monster Mash, really thought that went over well also. So thank you to all involved. Certainly know that stuff just doesn't happen. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of work from people in the background. Also want to give a shout out to our FFA. They had a very successful, I don't think I ever did this earlier in the year, but they had a very successful state convention at Purdue over summer where they participated in several different contests. And then they attended national convention in Indianapolis back in October. So actually where I work, we host about 550 FFA students come through on tours from all across the country. So certainly happy that our kids get to partake in that as well. So that's all I have.
So thank you, Mr. Hunt. Mrs. Boone.
Well, I really don't have anything different than what hasn't already been said, and I appreciate both of your comments, Dave and John, and certainly appreciate the PTO women that came tonight, and that was just awesome. I'm so impressed with that. So, that's it, yeah.
Mrs. Zachary, we'll come back to you.
Thank you.
I'll wait till you jump to.
Would you like to go, Tyler? Okay, thank you. Well, just one thing, and that is that the Education Foundation did award their fall grants, approximately $5,000. I believe everyone who applied got what they asked for, or accommodations were made. So it's a real pleasure to work with the Education Foundation to help the teachers in their needs. And we really do encourage the teachers to apply for these grants because we have money to give them.
Awesome.
That was huge.
Ms. Rainey.
I'll also extend congratulations to John and Dan. Glad to have you back. Glad to continue what we're doing. Dr. Mundy says it often, but as a board, we're looking forward to the future, and I think with the group of individuals we have here, you'll see a lot of fun stuff coming up. That's all I got.
All right, and, you know, it's been a fun, last 6 months, but anyway, so, I appreciate the voters of, you know, Sheridan now and Marion Township, you know, entrusting me to do another term, and I'm excited to be able to support this community and continue to do the great things we're doing here in Sheridan. So, we get through Thanksgiving, which is coming up, so sooner or later, then get Christmas right on the corner, which is exciting. As far as board things go as well, so I know, Kim, you've attended a couple conferences as well, which I think has been huge as far as what we do as a board and collaboration and working through, you know, what can we do to make ourselves a better board, right? To really be able to serve our community and make it a better place. So, you know, we do that starting with our superintendent, hiring that, but learning how we can, you know, make better policies, and also continuing how we can support our community, I think is important. That's what that conference really shows for us. So, thank you for taking the time
You're
to
very
do
welcome.
that. I think it's a lot of good stuff to be able to share with us as well. So, but the sports teams as well are doing well. So excited for the Blackhawks on Friday last week. We'll see what happens this Friday, but it'll be a tough matchup. But I think they're going to be good. They've been looking pretty strong.
Yeah,
So,
look good.
and then I know the girls have a game tonight too. So we probably want to get this thing on the road so we can go watch the girls play. So, but that's all I have for tonight. I appreciate everyone coming out today, anyone watching. You know, if you need anything, please reach out to us. We're always available. So, all right. With that, I will I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? I see none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned.
You good, Jake?